This is a rich Lego man named Bob. He owns a Lego store, and yesterday he fell into a river in Lego City. Or did he? Today I'm going to be buying a bunch of Lego buildings and putting them together piece by piece to solve the crime, as well as going to a real life city to get some ideas for my very own builds. And most importantly, find out who it was that pushed him in. So first I needed to build a Lego store. So I got on a boat and traveled from New Jersey to New York to see if the new Lego store had what I was looking for. And after seeing some crazy sights, tons of people, skyscrapers, and even a crazy looking Elmo, it gave me some ideas on how I can make my city look way more legit. Anyway, I got into the Lego store, which was really cool, by the way.
Lego's running out of money because this is real, this is fake.
Grabbed the Lego sets I needed, mainly the one of a Lego store, as well as a little statue for my own city. Every good city has a statue. Then I got back on a boat to New Jersey and got to work. And then I built up the store, which Bob owned. And it was really cool. It had a ton of mini versions of real sets, as well as the boxes of some, like a typewriter. Although my personal favorite part of it has to be the pick-a-brick wall. This is the thing you go up to in a Lego store, where you can get pretty much any Lego brick you want. The little display was pretty cool too. The store also has a little cash register area, as well as this whole minifigure factory build, a building station, and even some Lego City and Ninjago sets on the wall. I like how they have these little cardboard cutouts that kids can stand in front of to pretend like they're lions or giraffes. I don't know about you, but personally, these things look a little bit cursed. Like, what's going on with the tiger? And this is Agent Stud. He's a private investigator that works in Stud City. But since the police couldn't afford to pay Agent Studs because they spent all their money on donuts, helped pay for his services by smashing that subscribe button. So Agent Studs went in to look for clues and asked an employee if he noticed anything different about yesterday. The employee went on to tell him that Bob had fired an employee yesterday who you guys named Joe. Joe stole Lego from the store. All he knew that the person he fired wasn't very happy with Bob. Then the store manager you guys named Walter came up and told Agent Studs to leave because he was interrupting business. Get out of here! Then Agent Studs began to look into who was Joe. Joe Mama. And after some sleuthing and bribes, he found out that he lived in Assembly Square. Now this is actually a really cool Lego set that came out a couple years ago, and it has a bunch of little apartment buildings with all these different businesses. After about 13 hours of a grueling process of building with loads of different details, it is one of the most detailed sets I've ever seen. We have a ton of room. We have a bakery at the bottom with a little chef, a bunch of pastries, and even a cake outside of the window. How awesome is that? We also have a really neat coffee shop with lots of coffee patrons, a dentist's office, which looks like it's gonna do some sort of surgery, a photography room with a really old camera. There's even a little flower shop with this little old lady. But my personal favorite has got to be the ballerina area. It's a little hard to see, but it's pretty cool. And then we got to the apartment in this set, and this is actually where Joe lives. And it turns out he's been stealing Lego for a while now, as it's all over his apartment. He has some cars on the shelves, the Eiffel Tower set, which just came out, and even a whole train set. And of course, the most recent one he stole, which was this little firehouse. And then Agent Studs approached Assembly Square and made it up to his apartment. He knocked on the door and came in. Well, I couldn't have done it because I never left my apartment. Why didn't you leave your apartment? Well, I was building my new Lego set, of course. You mean the one you stole? Bruh. Did you notice anything odd about Bob that day? All I know is Bob was upset about how money was being stolen from his store, but he didn't know from who. I told him I wasn't stealing money, I was just stealing his Legos. So that's why you were fired? Yep. And then Joe told Agent Studs how a rival of his, master builders named Rob Patch, was trying to put a hotel where his Lego store was, basically destroying the entire Lego store. But Bob loved that store so much and he refused to sell it. This was Agent Studs' very next clue. Now this next set, of course, I had to get was the Boutique Hotel. This is a set that reminds me a lot of like a hotel you'd see in like Florida or something. And it's totally not because of that palm tree. And after a couple more hours of building that set, it was really neat actually. There was an entire art museum with a load of different pieces, including this really weird one. I have no idea what they were thinking there. There's also a foyer, some really weirdly proportioned beds, as well as this thing called an armoire. And to show you how big it is, I fit Kermit inside of it. How ridiculous is that? In total, there's like 4 bedrooms in this thing, which is kind of nuts. And then Agent Studs decided to visit Rob Patch at the top of the little restaurant that was on top of the art museum. And he went on to ask him about what happened with them before Bob had fallen in the water, and Rob Patch went on to tell him some interesting things. Do you remember anything he said that was odd sounding? Bob was certain money was being stolen from his business, see? I had nothing to do with it. I just wanted to buy his property. He had some meeting with his manager or something, I don't know. Also, one more question. What does it say? Well, what happened in your eye? Nothing's been the same since December 19th. What happened December 19th? Alright, get out of here. So then Agent Studs started to walk back to the Lego store where Walter, the manager, was. But when he came in, he got quite a surprise. The manager was gone. What happened to him? I don't know. As soon as you came in asking questions, he immediately jet off and left for that tall skyscraper at the end of the street. Now for this skyscraper build, I grabbed a Lego Spider-Man set. This set is called the Daily Bugle. This is the big newspaper publication that came in the Spider-Man movies. Now luckily I already had this set, so it didn't take much work to build it back up. It's actually a really neat build. It looks just like a skyscraper, but of course I had to take off the minifigures because who needs Spider-Man minifigures in a Lego city? Maybe that'll be for another video. And either way, after that I had connected it to the rest of our city, making for a really cool looking cityscape, might I add. It connects really well. Now it turns out Walter was standing on top of the skyscraper waiting for a helicopter to get him out of there. So Agent Studs asked to borrow Rob Patch's helicopter to go in and save the day. And he's off. You can't catch me, I'm Walter. Stop in the name of the law. You'll never take me alive. No, don't do that. Shit. Yes, we will. And now the new city we built was saved by the police. What are the odds of that? He fell into the police car. Those police were being useless this whole time. Where were you? And so it turns out that Walter was stealing money from Bob, and he pushed him in the river when he found out. Well, now that the city's saved, there's only one thing to do. It's do that thing every city needs, build a statue. After I built that up, I gave it a little chef's hat in honor of Agent Studs. Like that, the city is saved. Yet again, another mystery cracked by Agent Studs. Now this was a crazy new style of video. I wanted to try something completely different. So if you like it, I'll do more. Just comment down below. But don't click off. I would ask you all hit that subscribe button because I spent a lot of time putting this thing together and all of this work would be appreciated with that simple tap. I know it's a lot, but I'd really appreciate it. But do you like Lego? More importantly, do you like free Lego? I'm going to be telling you how you could get this Lego Star Wars set for essentially $0 with the sponsor of today's video, Rakuten. Rakuten is a web browser add-on that allows you to save $30 when you spend $30 on your first purchase. They have access to loads of websites from Lego.com to Walmart and Target and so many more. So to test it out, let's go on Lego.com. I can click on the link using Rakuten's website for 2.5% cashback, which is amazing already. And then all I have to do is go on, buy any set over $30, and then once I've bought it, I instantly get $30 put into my cashback account. Now the cashback is great because it basically refunds you for your entire purchase. So you get a set like this that's basically going to cost you $10, which is quite honestly amazing. And say get one like this and it will be at least 4. Now all you have to do to sign up is click the link in the description and you will instantly be signed up, and then you can buy your product, you will get your cash back once you've bought it. It's quite an amazing deal in my opinion. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a wild video for me to do. I've never done anything like it. I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.